Hey everybody. In addition to accessing our alternate Sunday episodes as well as the Thursday sessions as soon as they are released by subbing to our Black Kluge tier on Patreon, we're also pleased to announce that individual episodes will be available for purchase going forward at a cost of $3 per episode.
Just like, okay.
But I mean, what is the... Jay, what is the...
I hope I don't ever see my name up there.
That's the greatest. Oh, man. You know,
I like pussy meat that reeks like old gym socks and piss. You know? It's like, I'll tell you what, I got an oxygen mask full of pussy stink that I take hits off of before shows. It keeps me sharp, you know what I'm saying? Roses are red, violets are blue. I want pussy that smells like dog shit on my shoe. Ow!
Do you know, Howard, to this day, I actually still don't know what this song is about. I wrote it in 30.
I was in the bottom of the barrel with Joe. I didn't give a... I don't care if you worked at Applebee's or you freaking worked at Walmart. But that's something... What are we going to...
And he said, he held it up and said, there's a lot of crazy people out there.
He's right. Here, put these on there. You got a mic.
Last time I met you, you were much younger.
I know. Do you believe what's happened to me?
Fantastic.
I do.
And there's all these sort of cavemen dancing around this big fire that they've just made, and they're burning wheels.
Well, then eventually the guy, I was like, where do you get this weed? And the guy was like, honestly, we just get it at the store also. And I was like, they just get it. I was like, this. And I think a lot of those people probably just got jobs. And I looked at my wife, who knows A1 and A2. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, that seems close. That seems very close.
Maybe the seating's backwards.
The next day, there's all these stories like, Seth Rogen didn't enjoy that award show. Like, why was he in such a bad mood at that award show? And I'm like, I wasn't in a bad mood. I was just hot. These guys get what to do here. Like, literally from the, you're flying through space and the cosmos and, within 30 seconds, I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Less so that morning than on most days.
With you, I never know. It's like
compared to what they do for a living, you know?
Welcome, folks, to QF, a podcast about Howard Stern. I'm Jim Fix, a.k.a. Fillmore, and welcome to this early Christmas bonus edition, Counschel for the offensive, featuring myself and, of course, our breakdown specialist, Miss Raven Alexis. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Fillmore. I haven't been this good in ages, I have to tell you. Christmas in April has never felt so good. And Leslie Kuhn, we speak your name.
Yeah, what an unfortunate sounding surname, but it works for just everything actually in the show, with regards to his blackface bits and all those years. Now, and his fucking not so subtle racism. An article came out. It was page 6 that broke it first.
I saw it on TMZ because that's where Bring Back Jackie had posted first.
Yeah. Okay, so TMZ, but then everybody picked it up. Newsday had a more extensive one that Cormano posted, and I've never seen such functional illiteracy in the Facebook groups. They were among the stupidest people. No one bothered to read it in the entirety. Everybody was like, the majority were, oh, well, it looks like a standard NDA. What's she fucking complaining about? Oh, it looks like a gold digger, like she got fired, she's disgruntled and all this shit. But we're going to go through the bits we're going to use an article to condense everything, but we'll fill in the gaps as we go along the way it worked out. So the article we found is from the Mercury News, and it was the April 7th edition. And the headline is 900 Cats. Exclamation mark. Howard Stern fans pounce on claims of wife's feline fascination. A former employee has sued Howard and Beth Stern for creating a hostile work environment in their Hamptons home. Over the past decade, longtime listeners of Howard Stern's once massively popular radio show have wondered if his second marriage to Beth Stern, a glamorous former model, glamorous,
Sure.
18 years his junior, softened his drive to be an entertaining, transgressive figure in American pop culture. The king of all media, shock jock, who routinely called out rich and famous celebrities on their BS. And by the way, guys, I picked this article specifically because it addresses some of the Redditors and some of the comments on different news articles that covered this, and it does a good condensing. Why don't you take the next paragraph and we'll just trade off.
Now, the 71-year-old Stern and his wife are at the center of what fans say is their own BS. The immensely rich and famous couple are being sued by a former executive assistant who's accused them of creating a hostile work environment, especially in how Beth Stern put a lot on the assistant's plate at the couple's Southampton mansion. Not only was the assistant, Leslie Kuhn, expected to manage the household staff, including payroll, her duties were expanded to include managing Beth Stern's famed cat rescue and fostering operation, Beth's Furry Friends, which is based at the couple's $20 million oceanfront estate.
Okay, now it's an ocean. They're not wrong when they did this, but apparently Beth calls it. She's stupid enough to call it, quote, oceanfront.
Yeah, that's their nickname for it, oceanfront.
Like what was it like? That's like, what are you going to call your cottage? Cottage, fine, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
And so
Great.
there's a picture of her looking with a kitten with her mouth open, like she's going to swallow it, from July 8th of 2015. Both Howard and Beth Stern have made no secret of their love of cats, with Beth Stern once saying they had more than 900 felines living at their home over a 5-year period, though not all at the same time, according to TMZ. With that report Monday about hundreds of cats cycling through the Stearns mansion, one fan on the r/Howard Stern subreddit said, 900 cats in 5 years, they're two crazy people. Someone else broke it down to 2.3 cats a day.
Right, that's 15 a week. I
Yes.
did the math. It's 180 a year.
And
then it's 15 a week.
Right, and they're saying
Insane.
in the timeline, it would not even be like 350 most shelters in the timeline that they're talking about. Like, most shelters would not deal with that many. An average shelter wouldn't deal with nearly that many. And that's going in a fucking mansion.
And then you throw in all the surgeries she's getting for him, the eye removal, having to express their goddamn piss.
Yes.
The
God. Yeah.
Yeah, she claims she was the only one who could do it, but she was okay going to Italy for 10 days.
No kidding. And who was taking care of
and
the
leaving
cats.
the cat behind. Exactly.
Yeah. In her lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court, Kuhn alleged that the on-site animal rescue operation was, quote, irresponsible and untenable, according to TMZ and the Daily Mail. It put, quote, immense pressures on the household with its, quote, massively disorganized and questionable business operations and accounting practices, the lawsuit said.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alert, alert. IRS, get your ass over there. Get them audited.
Yeah, I loved.
What is
I
going
love that
on?
they fucking included that, because, like, the basis of the lawsuit is, for number one, just we'll go through it, but basically, and not the whole thing, because a lot of it is tedious and repetition. If you go through the official document, which it's been kindly provided by, because it's public knowledge, the thing is, they first of all they provided a backdated NDA that she claimed to have never signed anyway, and yet there was her signature, which she said appeared to be like fonts, handwritten fonts, instead of but from a laser printer, not necessarily an email, like a sign, electronic signature or anything.
Correct. This is common practice. When you're completing a contract, you type out your name and then they put it in like a cursive font of some
That's
sort.
right.
And you agree that will be your signature throughout the document.
Mm-hmm.
So when you click on a signature line, it pops up, it fills it in, and you just continue. And that's you signing a document. It's just it's an electronic signature. That's all it is. It's very common. It's used all the time.
So,
but if you never agreed to it, you have to check a box and agree that this is my signature throughout this document.
That's right. There has to be some kind of correspondence, some kind of contract online that you've agreed to, and it does include that, and it makes, as you said, so there's a signature, there's a digital signature that exists, and that would be proof. Hence why I believe this can't be bullshit, because no lawyer, and the lawyer that she did get, who works in the Hamptons, he's got a pretty good reputation. I doubt he would take this if she signed it and there's no case.
No,
I really seriously doubt it. Go ahead.
this is another case of 79 intellect and beefus showing that, her arrested developmentally mind were so focused on getting this woman, Leslie, to do all the work for them that they never took the time to get her to sign any of these confidentiality agreements or NDAs. There's two.
Yes.
They're the two things. And then to come back and say, oh no, while they're firing her, saying, oh, you did this already.
Yes.
And then to find one 3 weeks later, another one
Right.
that included more things
Yes.
is totally the sketchiest thing I've ever heard.
It's sketchy as fuck, and it was one way. I think they call it unilateral. So it was basically applied to her, but not to them, and that's what they're arguing against. It's not fair business practice, because if she has to look for work as a PA with some other muckety muck, like who knows, like I don't know, Olivia Rodrigo, right? Somebody, let's just say, who knows? Then she can't cite the work she did for the Stearns when they ask, well, what did you do? Because there's an NDA in place if it's actually legit. And in any case, if she really wanted to, she could go on record in a court, and that then it could be public knowledge. The NDA is worthless at that point.
Yeah, the whole reason she didn't sign the severance agreement was because it wasn't mutual.
That's
They
right.
could badmouth her, but she couldn't badmouth them.
Correct.
And 4 years of her life were tied up in this. So she couldn't talk about any of the work she did for
Right.
those 4 years, which would hurt her employment with future clients.
Now here's the other big point that a lot of people really just shows you how stupid people are. Everybody's going, well, 345,000, 80,000 bonus and 265. That's all they fucking focused on. They didn't actually read it. She made 50 as the office manager, and she started in 22, as a back office wrangler when it was COVID. Oh, yeah.
She was making 50 as an executive assistant with a $50,000 bonus plus her Sirius XM salary. We don't know what the Sirius XM salary was as the office assistant.
Okay, so that's correct. So it was 50. I thought it was 50 to do that. I thought it was 50 to work as an office manager, plus 50 to get his personal, and then another 50 as a bonus.
No, the office manager was probably about 75.
Okay, yeah, that makes enough sense.
In that range,
60,
75
70,
to 100.
maybe, yeah. Okay.
And then as she started doing more assistant stuff for Howard, so then she
Right.
got 50 for that with a 50 bonus.
Yeah.
So she was probably clearing close to like 200K
Yeah.
after the bonus kicked in and that was in 2024 of January.
So that would have been, yeah. So going into 2025 actually. But she
started
was
in
promised,
22
that's
as
right.
the office manager. She
Right.
did 2 years and then she got added as an assistant.
That's right. And so going into 2026, they were promised her an increase of 245,000 supposedly, and then at the end of the year the bonus would be 80,000, and that's what people were focusing on. They were saying, well, for that kind of money, what do you expect? But if the paperwork isn't complete and she doesn't sign, then the NDAs should not be valid. Like they cannot, unless there's something wrong there. And second of all, she didn't actually make 245. That's just, she lasted 6 weeks. They fired her in February of this year.
Right. They dangled a carrot in front of her to take this position.
Exactly.
And then by the time they loaded up all these duties on her for the cat care mainly, because it seems like her biggest problem was with Beth and the cats. She was fine handling the staffing, the salaries, the payroll, scheduling, Howard's bullshit, ordering his Amazon butt plugs or whatever it was. But as soon as she got loaded up with the Beth and the cat litter and the adoption, the rescue, the fostering,
Everything.
handing out to people, all of this stuff, she got fired 6 weeks into that. So they put a carrot on a stick, dangled it in front of her, and then within 6 weeks they were terminating her. So she never made any of that money. She made
Maybe
6
she
weeks
made
worth.
prorated, 6 weeks worth, and who knows what they actually paid her for the 6 weeks. They could have been from the original contract, and leading into the new contract might have started in May, for example, of this calendar year. Yeah. So,
Okay, so
regardless, at any rate, so there's a little more here. It goes, Kuhn first entered Stern's orbit by going to work as an office manager for the Howard Stern Show at SiriusXM. She became his executive assistant in January 2024. 4 months later, so that makes it to May. That makes more sense. So that's why I said it might not even have taken. She might have been still getting paid originally what the original deal was, and this promise was to come in, the spring. 4 months later, at the request of Stern and his wife, Kuhn moved to Southampton to work at the couple's mansion, what Stern has referred to as his quote, apocalypse bunker. During the pandemic, Stern broadcast his SiriusXM show from the mansion.
Okay, so Kuhn said she worked for the Sterns until February, when she was terminated as a result of a hostile work environment, according to her lawsuit. Before her firing, she said she was told she would get a raise to $265,000 and would earn an $80,000 bonus in 2026.
Yeah.
The Daily Mail reported. A major part of Kuhn's lawsuit is that she wants a judge to nullify a confidentiality agreement, which she says she was presented with when she was fired. Kuhn's lawsuit said the non-disclosure agreement was made to look like a document that was produced when she first started working for Stern. But Kuhn said she never signed any such NDA and alleges that it was falsely manufactured by a law firm representing Howard Stern's production company and by Beth Stern in particular. Kuhn insisted the signature.
Let me do the rest. Let some of that in there, just to break it up before I give you a break. Kuhn insisted that the signature on the document is, quote, nothing more than her typewritten name in the same font style and size used to identify the parties' names in the recitals of the agreement, TMZ reported. If the agreement is not thrown out, she said she would be prevented from offering details about her employment for Howard and Beth Stern, presumably including information about Beth Stern's on-site cat rescue operation, for which the self-styled activist solicits donations. If you actually read the confidentiality agreement, it talks about it's general and it's specific in different ways. You can't talk about their eating habits, their hobbies, their political affiliations, dealings, friends, family, everything. But it's not as specific as it should be.
I wrote down everything. So if you want to hear it.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah, go through it.
Family, friends, personal business, employees, agents, daily activities, personal habits, food, sleeping, hobbies, use of consumer products, restaurants, hotels, etc., entertainment, contents of their homes, travel info, political stuff, and affiliations.
Yep.
So that's their whole life. That's ladyboys. That's whether he's really a vegetarian, whether he really doesn't drink alcohol, what medicines he might be on, medications.
Alcohol she consumes.
How the pills, weed, how helpless they both are in real life chores,
where they individually sleep regularly.
Sleeping, exactly. The wig maintenance.
Yes.
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'd pay her, a month's salary just to get some of that information.
Forget about it. The level of filth in some of the rooms that house all these fucking cats and rabbits and whatever else. Jesus Christ. There's a truckload of stuff. She would be able to say who actually visits, how often, who doesn't. If she might even have to take fucking phone calls, for God's sakes, because he's not answering. They'll call the house. They'll call Beth. They usually call Beth. Beth will say in one of the audio bits we have that if it's Ray Stern, for example, Howard won't answer, so Beth will get the call, and she has to, as always, King Baby trying to make someone else his bitch to do his basic work, which what's the the one thing, if you're a big highfalutin star, you always have your people handle your phones for you.
Right. He turns his phone off so nobody can reach him. If this
Hmm.
lady had a question, she can't get a hold of him. If
Nope.
the mom is trying to get a hold of him, forget it. He's already, mentioned that. Now, again, I don't trust anything he says, but
Hmm.
you got to imagine like his sister, his children,
Hmm.
the mother, and the mother's aides, her assistants at whatever place she's living at.
Yeah.
Robin,
What
like
about his
all these
actual
people.
What about his
Louis,
place of employment? What about all the workers, that they have to get a hold of him for something and get like a green light on something? Who are they going to get a hold of? I don't like Marcy Turk's no longer on the premises, as far as we know. She's probably working at home, and if she's still with what's his name? God, not was it Ben Bardo? Or
I
it
think
was
so.
because it wasn't Brandano. She screwed Brandano. She fucked her way through Brandano and went
She
to
moved past
Bardo.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to work on the seas next. Um, so the last bit there, John Leonard Kuhn's attorney declined to comment on the allegations or the reason for her termination when contacted by Newsday. But he said the lawsuit raises issues regarding the use of or attempted use of non-disclosure agreements to silence people and give away their rights where otherwise it isn't reasonable or practical against their better interests. Now, it just says in a New York state, I believe, there's no reason to give, when you don't need to give a reason when you terminate someone for some reason, which is bullshit. You should at least be able to say you didn't do this or you screwed up on this, because first of all, if it's any job, whether it's you're a bag boy or if you're a fucking delivery driver, you get cause so you can maybe, on a personal level, improve on what you've done wrong, and the next time you won't make that mistake. Um, she without the cause here, for example, she's saying there were manufactured causes, even though it doesn't go into what those causes were. They were told, and because that would be part of the NDA so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know when the best time is to bring this up, but
yeah.
Ralph died December 5th of 23.
Oh yes, yep.
Okay. And that is right when she was brought on as an executive assistant. So, question is this:
Mm-hmm.
did she accompany Beth to his apartment to clean
I,
out what might
I'd,
be embarrassing compromat?
I,
Or,
I think so, absolutely.
yeah,
Because
that was
the timing is too perfect. Like right at January 2024 might be an official start time, but who's to say they didn't, at the tail end go, we need this bad. Who can we get? Like
right. So
to
you
do
need
this
someone
stuff.
trusted
Yeah,
that will be confidential. But
absolutely. Yeah.
this lady probably knows so much
Oh
and
yeah.
will probably, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to get any information other
Not
than
until
what's in these articles or this
not
lawsuit because it's going to get settled. He's not going to
until
allow discovery
until she
of
dies,
this.
unless they find him suffocated in some twink's asshole because he couldn't get his nose out of it and suffocates, or dies just like whatever. Like these, it's like attorney-client privilege for lawyers and their let's say their clients. They once the client dies, that bond is severed. The lawyer can say whatever the hell they want. Nothing's sealed in that situation unless there's an estate that there's something signed in perpetuity with the estate, and you're talking about something they did that was established that when I die, I still don't want this coming out. So for the duration of your lifetime as well, this can't happen. I don't even know if that's possible. Someone else might be able to say. This is what Kerry had to say. He's our lawyer on staff. He's the QF lawyer. Okay.
Yes.
I asked him, what's your take? He said, it sounds to me like she caught Howard's lawyers with their pants down. Often lawyers will give permission to other lawyers to use electronically sign for them, even when they're on opposite sides. Usually the lawyer will want it backed up with an email or some other writing. I give you authority to sign X document on my behalf, for example.
Mm-hmm.
With non-lawyers, they can do the same, but generally they'll use DocuSign or some other method to get that done. Here, I think Howard's lawyers didn't get her signature on the NDA. Then they started scrambling when they figured out that they didn't. Why else would they want her to sign a new one, which she refused to do, then lie and say they already had one? In the end, we will pay her more than any tell-all ever would to keep her quiet. We should enjoy what we've got now because this is probably the extent of what we're going to get out of the whole deal. He figures a junior partner or some fledgling attorney at the firm fucked this up.
It's likely.
Yeah.
And Leslie, if you're listening, you need to go double-digit millions.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 to 15 million minimum, because that's the book deal you could get on something like this.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, I looked up tell-all book deals, like what an advance would be for a first-time author, right? Because this isn't Kitty Kelly, this isn't Jackie Collins or some, or just a William Goldman, like a big name author that's doing this. If it were to happen, it would be in the neighborhood of between 50 and 100 grand, depending on the level of dirt. Like if, for example, she had information that he's an alleged, AC/DC, if they had the allegations of this, corporate malfeasance, using the charity for illicit stuff, then she could get up to upwards of probably $1 million in terms of how salacious it is versus also the level of celebrity involved, right?
Okay.
So that's a big part of it, but that's not even that much money when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. So a lawsuit, he was going to pay her what, 265 plus 83. I got it wrong. I said
345.
345 was the number in total. If that's the case, 345, like he could have just paid her that fucking money, had her agree to do everything, and and it would have been like 10 times cheaper than what a payout will probably be, which I'm thinking is at least $3 million based on the level of dirt she might have.
Yeah, but his cheap ass was trying to, squeeze every shekel he could out of this.
Yes.
And it's backfiring on him big time. Now, he mentioned it on the show today. I sent you the clip.
Yeah, he did.
It was not a big statement other than baseless and no claim.
Yep.
And that he was going to let the lawyers handle it, and then he was not going to discuss it.
Yeah.
So,
and he claimed that he tried to act like, push it off like, oh, it appears that I'm really, I must really be famous now because this is still happening. But he shouldn't have said anything if he was really smart. I think his lawyers blew some smoke up his ass and he's counting on them to save this. But I think he also knows that and we know that in a situation like this, if they don't have everything above board, he will pay and he'll have to pay big. There's no way he's not paying less than, I'm going to say, $3 million, but it's probably going to be more.
Right. Well, she's going after all of the salary costs, the legal fees, and anything the court deems just in this case. Plus, you think about it, somewhere you saw the legal fee was $1,000 an hour.
For his attorneys,
Howard.
yeah. And like that, this place that he's using, I forget the name offhand, but it's they listed in the original TMZ article.
Regardless, that's going to be like 100 hours. That's right there, like $100,000 to $200,000. It's going to cost him just for them running all this up the flagpole and trying to find some kind of loophole, negotiate settlement, and go back and forth with the court. And they're going to ring him up big time because they know they can.
Oh yeah.
And this is kind of on him and Beth for not getting the signature.
Yep.
Like the lawyers didn't know who they were hiring and what they were doing. And if they've been doing this for so many years, I'm sure there's been plenty of other assistants that they've had sign these things. So what fell through on this? Was Beth all coked up and drunk? Was it him? Clearly he's lazy. Yeah. And so he's just like, you take care of this. And then she failed. And I'm sorry, but this charity thing, they need that because that gets them into all the Hampton stuff. It keeps her relevant. It gives her a hobby. And they need that for the tax deductions. So this is so huge. The fact that they're questioning the financials on this cat scam. Oh, yeah. So I think that's going to cost them even more. I think this person, Leslie, could go for even more millions because it's so valuable to them to have that charity.
Oh yeah, and it would be chicken feed. I did the work with LW, one of our regulars. I did the math based on how approximating how much he got in the first contract and then subsequent contracts, and I figure 200 million from the first contract after taxes, after the expenses on whatever certain things, the cost of the outline costs for staff salaries and etc. All that stuff, production bullshit. Then he had the when you add the stock that he sold, that was like 82 million, but it's less because you get taxed on that as well. What is it called? Right. I forget that there's various
taxes
income
involved.
Tax. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe 50 of that, and I'm being generous here. So 250, and he has about 100 million worth of real estate that he actually paid out in different years. But he was making 20 million, upwards of anywhere from 15 to 20 million a year from like 93 onwards, including live reads and all that stuff. Even if Allison got half of that, he still would have been worth probably 60 million before he signed with Sirius. Maybe even more, right? So maybe 100 million before going. Who knows what he has in stocks and stuff. Yeah, and he's not like
spending a lot.
No, not back then in the old days. And then subsequent contracts, he got less money, but he's still got to be worth anywhere between, including like assets and liquid, he's probably worth upwards of $500 million, $500 million, I'd say.
Oh, easily. I would go as high as 750 after all these years and contracts. Now, I'm not sure what he's putting out, like as he would call it, his, what's he call it?
What the production costs?
No, he had a name for it. I forget. Anyway, basically his tab of what he has to pay out of pocket.
I got you. Yeah, his out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, his out. Yeah, whatever his
outlay for
for
landscapers,
personal
you
expenses,
name it.
all that stuff. Yeah, of course.
Jets.
Well,
Nobu.
Exactly. Well, he's gonna. This is because what I found funny about the lawsuit is when they say there's the issue is, of course, that the charity is doing things like under like shady stuff. What we're presuming is money laundering.
Yeah.
That's the real danger they're looking for here, which then that starts to get into serious federal crimes, number one. Number two, if they don't want it out there that they were trying to use, let's say, company money to fund personal expenses, right, through the show, like trying to do things so that they wouldn't actually have to go out of pocket of their own things so that they could, offset costs by, getting Steven Singer to cover the bill for some of their employees and that kind of shit, which is exactly what Howard was trying to do for years with the Whack Packers and stuff. When did he say, I'm giving you this money? He always said, this $500 is from courtesy of Rob Zombie's such and such House of Wax or whatever the fuck, a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I remembered the name. It's his nut. To cover his nut,
yes.
Whatever he has to pay.
Nut or yearly nut. Yeah.
Someone put that word in his ear, clearly. Right. But yeah, let's keep going through the article.
Yeah, go ahead. Meanwhile is the next one.
Meanwhile, people who present themselves as longtime fans and followers of Stern's career have had lots to say about the lawsuit, with people wondering what Kuhn could reveal about Beth Stern's feline obsession. Some also said the lawsuit already shows how Stern has become the kind of arrogant, entitled celebrity he used to hate and make fun of. One person said in a comment on page 6, if the NDA gets torn up, this is going to provide the sub with content for years, said another person on the Howard Stern subreddit.
Yeah.
For years, Stern fans have said that the once groundbreaking radio personality lost his edge for the ribald and often controversial comedy after he moved to satellite radio in 2006, for which he became a linchpin in Sirius XM's operations. Yeah, clearly. Yeah. A 5-year deal he signed in 2020 was worth a reported $450 to $500 million, and he recently signed a 3-year contract extension. They lowballed him because they reduced his schedule by a third. So
yeah, this 2020 deal is bullshit. That's we covered that in our I forget the name of the episode, guys, but I think it was called Marbles. Look it up. It's on it's on YouTube. It's on most of our Spotify, whatever. You should find it. We did a great job breaking down what he actually made in the last few salaries.
Okay, but fans have You want me to keep going?
I'll go with the next one and the next two, and you can finish it off. But fans have complained that Stern usually only hosts his show about 3 days a week. It's two now. Takes summers off and long breaks around the holidays. They also assert that he's no longer relevant to the culture, with some blaming his decline on the choice to be woke and to go Hollywood by appearing as a judge on America's Got Talent. He's also become publicly friendly with some of the celebrities he used to laugh at, such as Jennifer Aniston. Stern has become a rich recluse, quote, living in a Hamptons mansion filled with cats and a gold-digging wife, and reduced to now having a torturously boring show interviewing like-minded leftists with softball questions, one fan complained on page 6.
Bravo. Let's not forget the income he got from AGT, which was about $15 million a year for 4 years. So that adds $60 million minus taxes to his total. Okay. As for all those cats, fans on Reddit said that Coon's lawsuit suggests that Beth Stern never did much or any work to care for them, as she claimed on her husband's radio show. Fans ask whether she left it to underlings like Coon to do all the feeding and clean the litter boxes. Beth Stern also is a longtime national spokesperson for the New York-based North Shore Animal League, said to be the world's largest no-kill shelter and rescue organization. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. You mean Beth doesn't do anything for that animal rescue, but take pictures on Instagram and act all overwhelmed on the radio? One person said, referring to Beth's Instagram being filled with her looking glamorous as she poses with one cute cat after another. Another person added, I would have more respect for her cat rescue thing if she scaled it down significantly. Sometimes it's quality over quantity, and shuffling in and out hundreds of cats in your house can be a negative and extremely hard to care for. Clearly.
That's it. The numbers are staggering, and like the amount of work, the amount of employee man hours you'd need to look after these fucking cats is astoundingly bad. Not to mention the level of hygiene when you've got, I mean, it must smell like shit in those rooms with those cats. You can't. All the kitty litter in the world will not stop the smell of that. I've known a few cat nuts that had hundreds of cats in a house because they were, really animal activists and stuff, and you couldn't go in. You literally couldn't go in.
Well, remember, she has a lot of mother cats giving birth. So then you've got kittens with worms.
Yep.
You've got, all kinds of like diarrhea because, young kittens, they go through a lot intestinally. And even cats that get sick or you're dosing them with antibiotics, they can go through all kinds. You had pictures of a shit-covered wall
from her own Instagram. From her own Instagram, there was shit
why
spray.
Would you put that up?
Oh, it
this
was
woman.
revolting.
I mean, we know she's crazy. We know she has, besides the annoying baby voice, she's manic. She clearly is all over the place. She barely has two brain cells rubbing together at any point. She can't work a microphone or earphones to get them on properly. And anytime things start getting tense or she feels like she's overstepped her bounds, she gets dizzy and has to get out of the studio. And then, she's Miss Horizontal Cat lady taking pictures and then now she's got this thing where she's always showing us like her going out outfit. But the other thing people seem to forget is every time they're promoting something, they're sacrificing a cat. There's a cat death around every big promotion or red carpet or magazine cover that she's done.
She releases a children's book, which is going to happen, which is, we're in the throes of that promotion and it's the worst. Bring Back Jackie did a great mock write-up of what the storyline is. It's great. It really is great.
From the point of view of the cat and the rabbit. It's
exactly. Great. It's brilliant. So I'll throw that out to him. But it's cyclical, and the amount of eyeless cats that she has. And there are people that have gone and said, look, I work for a fucking shelter. We don't see this many cats. Even the ratio is wrong. So there's something, there's something they had there. It could be even be like some like infection that was rife in the fucking rooms that they just let go. And then all of a sudden this started happening to cats, and they had no choice but to do the surgeries for their friggin' eyes. It's I'm no animal rights or cat lover activist, whatever, but that seems wrong to me.
Well, let's also mention they had a sketchy veterinarian they
Yeah,
still use. His
yeah,
name is Byron Madrigal, and he was arrested in a, I believe, University of Miami bathroom, videoing young men under the stall
yes,
going to the bathroom.
yeah.
Okay, so was he doing that for Wiggy, or was he just doing that for his own personal use? I
Probably
don't
his
know,
own
but
personal use, but I mean, it seems sketchy that this is the person. I mean, it can happen to anybody, I suppose. You don't know what people do in their free time, but this sounds this sounds freakish.
this guy is chopping off bunny rabbit legs,
Yeah,
taking, cats and removing eyes and all the other surgeries that these poor animals have had. Like,
yeah.
it's just, it's insane.
So
What we've seen over the years, we've said it all along. We finally got proof, and the cat scam is being proved because of the financial obfuscation. I love that word.
yeah.
That the cloudiness around, what's really going on. And this lady has the key to the kingdom and answering all of our questions. But
Well,
again,
of the
Leslie,
very yeah.
please come on our show. We'd love to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Tell someone to tell someone to tell someone to tell us, and we'll promise we'll throw a legend into everything, in front of everything. Now, the one thing I'll say is this: um, if we get nothing more than just this article and they settle, the damage is already done. Because
Exactly.
sometimes settling, and lawyers will back me up on this. Settling is done because it's cheaper than a protracted legal battle. They just figure that the amount that you're going to, win after this drags the fuck out is going to be the same when you come out with the expenses as what you'll have to pay in the expenses. So just settle now. You'll get it over. You won't have to deal with it. You can get on with your life. To some people, though, that is an admission of guilt. Most lawyers will tell you, no, it's not always about that. It's about the insurance companies wanting to settle so they can get their shit done and you can all move on about your life and they don't have to waste manpower hours on this. But in this situation, no one's going to look at it as anything other than they have dirt they want hidden.
Right. It's hush money,
Yeah.
clear and simple,
Oh, yeah.
to correct a mistake they made by
Yes.
failing to get her to sign this early
Yep.
on back in 22 when you first hired her.
Right.
And then I have a new word this week, untenable. I was like,
Yeah.
don't know that word. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
So she was using the word untenable in relation to the animal rescue and the fostering operations.
Yeah.
The definition is this: incapable of being defended, justified, or sustained,
Yeah.
impossible to maintain, indefensible, weak, shaky, unsound, questionable, and unmaintainable.
Yes. Basically, I've always looked at it. Untenable means it's something that can't continue as is.
Well, this was a new word for me, but I love that I learned it through this.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
education is important, everybody.
Well, yeah, and
So,
it's just a matter of like, and so this is the thing. Like, what'll happen is he'll pay for it. The settlement will not be disclosed. Fine, whatever. It won't be disclosed. The terms, she will sign a proper NDA as a result of this, and they won't be able to talk about it either. So that means he won't be able to bitch about it on the air. But he is too stupid to. I don't know, because he wasn't smart enough to keep silent when Les Moonves sued him in 2006 after he signed with Sirius. He had he was like, I'm going to go on the air and I'm going to say all this bullshit, whatever. He can't keep these things in. He will always find a way to get. It'll be a caller. It'll be Marianne that'll call in. You know how it works.
or it'll be, I know a guy who,
Yeah, I know.
and
guy.
then
Yeah.
that'll be the story.
Guys, we're going to go into March 31st, having finished that. And just to let you know that if any subsequent developments with the case as the news comes out or fails to, as the case may be, we will follow up with either Raven or Carrie. They'll be on detail for it. It all depends on timing and, of course, what information we get. Because the more details we get, even if it's from NT, which I've tried to prod a little bit more into this stuff, because I was actually surprised he didn't preempt this. That means this really did come out of nowhere, and that's why everybody was like, "Ooh, holy shit!"
Well, I do wish Kerry was here because I feel like this is more his territory. Um, I'm so glad he gave you a statement to read,
Yep.
but I'd highly encourage him to join in at any point next time he records. And I'd love to hear his viewpoint as a lawyer to give his some input
Yeah.
on the outcome, the payments that he thinks that will be the result of this, and just what his inside stern take is on what really happened. Who dropped the ball? Was it Beth? Was it Howard?
Well,
What, you know?
Well, what's your take? Because the way I see it, it sounds okay. First of all, there's a couple things at play. Number one, he re-signed his contract in the end of 2025, going into, because that's normally when that would happen,
Right.
going into the next contract year, because it's 5-year increments. But this time it isn't. It's 3 years, according to him. And he there's no way if he's down to 2 days a week when he's on, if he's on, meaning there's even more days off and there's more fucking weeks off, most likely, in addition to like the 10 weeks he gets off in the summer, he has to take a pay cut. There's no way he would accept less money without taking less time, and they would actually demand that he takes less time so they can pay him way less, and he can feel, okay, I'm not getting demoted, I'm not losing money because I'm prorated at the same amount, and whatever that is, it's minimal. It's enough for him because he can't leave money on the table and he can't go off and do his own thing because that would take effort.
Right. Well, at the end of 25, before he started the new contract, that's when she was taken off the books for Sirius.
Yes.
And just put onto his 112 production.
112. Yeah.
So we also heard on Reddit that there were staff cuts.
Yep.
And a lot of the
Supposedly,
production is
Rashawn,
gone.
supposedly.
And now they have different staff members being the call screener of the day.
Yep.
So whoever had that job before, they're gone.
Yeah.
And basically, if you're a writer, you get to stick around. But if you're just in production, your ass was grass and you're taking a hike.
Yeah.
So I think with all the cutbacks, he thought he could pay her that maybe going into it, but then something happened between her and Beth. That's my gut feeling. That she got fed up with Beth. Beth is a bitch and was acting all cunty towards her. And then she just had it one day and was like, hopefully she threw some cat shit in Beth's face and was like, fuck you, bitch. I'm out of here.
Well, yeah. And I mean, when they say cause, and then they said, here's the separation agreement. This is, you're going to sign this, whatever. And then the wording was very suggestive. It's something like, this would be very detrimental to your future prospects of employment if you were to not sign this. It was very threatening in the original, in the article.
Very threatening.
And I'm sure she had enough of a brain to know this isn't kosher. And I never signed this, and this is all bullshit. You get the wrong person backed up into a corner. They were banking on that fear doing the job that it had done for all of his work, his employees for years, that she would just go, oh God, you're sorry. I'm sorry. I'll get the fuck out of your life. I'm sorry I even bothered you. Let me get out of here. Excuse me. Instead, she went to a fucking lawyer and said, no, I'm lawyering up. Screw this. I've got a case here.
They couldn't do what they did to Howard TV, to Scott the engineer, to Brent, to Shuley, to whoever that was on the staff previously, and then just disappeared without explanation.
Right. And as far as I remember, when we interviewed Richie Wilson ages ago, he did say that he never signed a non-disclosure agreement, and a lot of people never did. And what it was they all just figured that Howard is going to lawyer up and he'll spend them to death because they all can't afford lawyers for a protracted battle, and then he'll sue them for defamation if they talk about him. And that's how Howard gets away with like blindly not enforcing NDAs, which if he was smart, and he was willing to pony up because he's a cheap prick for his own lawyers to draft NDAs for people and really detail them, he wouldn't have this problem right now.
I think that's going to be a consideration going forward.
Yeah.
Especially as he's, aging out and he's doing so few shows.
Yep.
He's got to be careful because he knows maybe he doesn't know, but he's on his way out the door.
Yep.
And people are coming for him more than ever now.
big
And
time.
especially with this case, people are going to start seeing green and looking for opportunities.
People have axes to grind. Anyway, guys, we're going to go with March 31st. The first one is a quick clip of shitting on Mike from Maine. You want you want to preface this?
Yeah. So Mike from Maine's a guy who's been calling in, I think, since he's been to Sirius,
I think
or
so.
2010 maybe. But he's been calling in a lot over the years. And he's like a Bobo or a Marianne or a
King of
Jill
All
now
Blacks or
from
somebody
PA.
yeah.
Yeah. So he called in to Howard was saying that he got a lot of email
Yes.
about people not liking him because he was on the day before and they didn't like his questions or his voice, so many things.
Right.
And he came on to defend himself. And basically, it was almost like he doth protest too much because he said he was getting shit from people on Reddit and social media about him being a scripted caller.
Yep.
And he basically admitted to it.
Yes.
But whether he was being sarcastic, I'm not clear.
Yeah.
Because he let it slip in the beginning, but then he was like, oh, these people say this and that, and it's not true. But it was almost like, why are you being so defensive? This was never brought up and before, but now
Right.
you're getting shit and okay.
Yep.
But the show, I feel, has so many detractors telling everybody, and it's not just us, and it's not just like Radio Gunk. It's like people on Reddit, hundreds of people commenting that the show sucks and it's scripted and they're sick of it because they have a song for everything.
Yeah.
Howard will be like, I'm so tired. I'm sick of this. And next thing you know, it's a song about Howard being tired and sick of the radio job.
That's precisely it.
So.
I got a lot of hate mail from people telling me they hate when I pick up the phone on Mike from Maine.
Really?
Like, yeah. I didn't read it yesterday. I felt bad for the guy, but people really despise him. And I mean, I've spoke to Mike from Maine before, and I don't find him particularly. Yeah, I don't find him particularly offensive. But people really have a negative reaction to this guy, to the point that Mike, I probably have to stop picking up on you soon. You know, God forbid the people don't enjoy a certain caller. You know what I mean, Mike?
Hey, now, Howard. Yeah, I get it. I hate hearing certain callers, too, so sorry for your luck, guys. But I've been calling the show since, 2006 or 2007, like pretty much every single day. And I don't know. I seem to come up with topics that you want to talk about, Howard, don't you think?
Are you aware of the hate directed at you from the audience? Do you know about it? Do you ever catch it on social media or anything like that?
I do catch it here and there. I remember people were very angry when I chastised Jill's calls. Jill from Pennsylvania, I was making fun of her calls, and some people were happy I was making fun of her. Some people were angry. And the next day I felt bad, so I apologized to her on air. And everybody thought that you must have called me. That there are people apparently that think I work for the show or that I'm part of the show, you guys tell me what to call in about, so it gives you a springboard to go ahead and say shit. It's really weird, Howard.
It's not weird at all, and it's the MO for the show for so long. It's now so predictable. Like it's just like, oh, you know, it really is like the button on your car. Like it's almost like the hazard lights on any car. You know, it comes with that. It's intact, right? You know, before you buy it, before you look inside, it's going to be somewhere on the dash. Now, my question to you is, how far back do you think Mike from Maine goes back to being a scripted caller as opposed to a guy that they knew when they would just pick up on knowing that it was him? So not scripted, but forewarned that, oh, it's Mike from Maine. We may know what he's going to talk about, but until he gets on, we don't actually know what he's going to talk about.
I feel like the last 10 years,
yeah,
it's probably been going on, but I don't think we caught on to it until 8 years ago, maybe 7. I mean, we've been doing this show for 6 years.
Yeah.
And all of those years I've been saying that.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere between the 6 and 10 mark, maybe 12 even.
Mm-hmm.
But I think somewhere along the line,
maybe the Marcy Turk era.
Marcy Turk was, along with having all the fake Twitter accounts he told his employees to have, as soon as that Pelican brief the speech was given by him, the show went totally fake and scripted.
Oh yeah.
And I'm surprised we didn't hear pages turning on his script shortly after that.
Yeah.
But it just, yeah, King of
Yeah.
All Blacks. He's used the callers, especially Marianne,
Oh yeah.
to go after other people, or King of All Blacks to use the N word, things like that,
Or to
he
go after
can't get away
Beth.
with. Going after Beth for pictures with dudes when she was doing some lame TV show.
That's right. Mike confirms he's a staffer that gets notes.
I don't know. I got to make sure I don't overdo you. Anyway, what can I help you with today, Mike?
Well, Howard, like I said, I appreciate you guys making me part of the show and, sending me the notes I'm supposed to talk about. But I called to talk about how great the phone system is.
Okay, now first of all, this would be fine and all meta if they didn't delete it from the show, which I believe you said they did. They were from the replay.
There was something deleted that day. I can't say for sure. I'd have to go back and double check, but there's been a lot being deleted lately, especially this day. I thought it was him, but it wasn't. And now it's coming back to me. It's the guitar playing and singing that he did when he played his new song that he wrote.
Okay.
And Daniel from the Bleeding Deacons also did his version, his cover version of what Howard had played the day before, and did some production work on it and made it too happy for Howard. So we'll get into that eventually.
Okay.
But no, I think Mike from Maine, his content all stayed on.
Okay, well, I sit corrected, guys. You guys can confirm in the comments one way or the other. Next one, just say you got a pay cut, bitch.
Tell you something. I am not thrilled about being this age, and it upsets me. If I may say this to Jeff and Mike, it upsets. There was a time in my life I was on television, I was on radio, and in my spare time, after writing the TV show and after preparing for the radio show, I go shoot movies or write books. I was a young man with a lot of energy. And this is...
I love that movie. Now, granted, he was supposed to do work on that film Jane, which featured himself with Melanie Griffith. But the production just fell out of the sky
in the shitter.
Yeah, so he got a $50,000 or something for pay or play, that kind of thing, and it never went anywhere. So would you count that as part of it? No, because films means you were in a second film, and he was offered in Dirty Work to play the part that God, who was it that played the devil on the shoulder? Now it's gonna bother me now. I can't remember offhand, but he was supposed to play like the devil on Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler was supposed to play the devil part on Norm's shoulder. And then Howard decided, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that, whatever. And he just didn't want to be like a supporting player in Norm's film. He couldn't fucking deal with that, I don't think.
Norm and Artie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very tough adjustment for me. I was really going to just go off and retire, what guys do my age. And I thought, well, I think it would be very difficult for me to separate from this fabulous audience. I'm being dead honest. Like, for all my bitching and all my moaning, when I'm not on for a couple of days, I have an internal struggle. I really, truly do. I mean, I really sometimes go, I need an audience. I want to open up. I want to talk. I want to get on air and do something. So this has been a huge adjustment for me. And as you know, in the next 3 years, I'm going to, I can't do as many shows. My health's fine, but I'm just, I'm like an actuary. I'm looking at the actuarial table.
You're looking at the table.
Yeah, like I was taking a walk with Beth, and I was talking about my grandson. And
Fuck off, dude.
Oh,
what is
please.
This? I hate this smell the roses, take the time and smell the roses bullshit. You got cut back. When the first cutback happened in 2011, starting in 2011, because the original contract ended in 2010, at the end of 2010, and he went to 3 days a week. He argued, we covered that. He argued, I do one fewer day, but I get paid more. I got a raise. Like, because he prorated it. And what it is was he got more time off and he got way less money, but he tried to figure it out to be like, per hour, It works out to this much, so I'm fine. No, when they want you in less, it's like a demotion.
The thing that pisses me off is he talks about getting older and being afraid to die today.
Yeah, yeah.
And his whole reasoning was, I have a grandson and a granddaughter now, and I want to spend time with them. Bitch, you don't see them but like twice a year. And you get so tired after the first 10 to 15 minutes that you got to go take a nappy.
Not to mention, it took 3 years they were on the planet before you would acknowledge you had either of them.
Oh, yeah. You weren't so proud back then, but now,
no, he wasn't.
Once you hit 70, you finally were like, oh, I'm a grandpa. Okay.
And trust me, it won't be long when they start getting into the age where they know about him, when the parents are able to say, look, grandpa's a shit. You won't be hearing about them because he will live that long. We're just destined to have that fucker make it another 10, 20 years.
I know.
Yeah.
But I just pray that there's some complication. I believe he's got prostate issues.
Yeah.
I think that's his main problem, that he can't get it up. He's peeing and dribbling all over himself.
One can hope. The next one, guys, Helen. Sorry, go ahead.
I need Leslie to give me some insider information, actually.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Or like Ralph's sister, anybody from beyond the grave, give us the diaries. We'll find a way to make them public. We'll make them like The Coming of Tan Part 2. Helen, cut the shit and don't ever call back.
I've never eaten my husband's ass, but thanks to Sam, I'm thinking about doing it.
Wow. Thanks to Sam, you're thinking about eating your husband's ass.
I am, but I've got to clean it and shave it.
Fuck off.
I wouldn't say thanks to Sam. I would say because.
I hate that, they're so obvious. It's like they're in a cattle car making these calls, these back office staffers. And they're doing it almost right in the fact that the audio sounds a little different each time, but it would never really be that bad in 2026. No way.
No, Helen shuffled herself into a bathroom that echoes more. That's all she did.
Right. Big time.
But they've been talking about ass eating every goddamn week for months. Ever since Sam brought it up. And now Sam's like the bad girl on staff. And
of course,
today she was the call screener. So of course she had to come in and talk about it again. Nobody cares.
No.
Nobody wants to talk about this. And this is all just hyped up bullshit for no reason.
Now, this one, I think you wrote it as Robin has her ass play stripes. I think you mean like military stripes, like she earned her stripes.
Robin agreed with Sam that she has played with a man's ass in the past.
Right. So that's what I got from it. But from I'm just figuring it out, because we always knew, according to Robin, which could all be bullshit, was the whole, the San Francisco, the guy that she met on the street and he fucked her up the ass, which wasn't in her book, but then later on she claimed was. That's not true. She doesn't say anything about anal sex in the book. It's one of those, I remember when. So no, we don't. You're telling us for the first time, bitch. So here we go.
Right. I just thought this was funny.
Hello, I'm going to eat your asshole.
Well,
Robin,
Helen,
you would do it. Robin, come on. You would do it.
Robin's open.
I can see
I might do it. I might do, I've done a little exploring with my fingers and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah.
Wow. Two wild women over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Poor Mr. X.
I think her nursing skills, she tried to make a guy come by massaging the prostate. Yeah. I really do. I think it was an experiment for her because she could have control over a man.
Yeah.
And if it made him helpless and weak, that would be playing into her narcissist handbook. Just a thought.
Now, Gary comes in, and this is like all this ass play talk gets Gary hot and bothered. So this next one's called Calm Down, Gary.
Man, what is going on here?
I'm curious.
I know what you're going to say, Gary.
No,
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
If you don't stick your tongue in the hole, you're not doing it right.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And you know what, Gary?
Chris and I just both at the same time.
I've done it. Yes, I've done it. I'm not tongue fucking a hole all the time. Can we move on?
But you should do, but you're doing it, but that's the best part.
I've done it, but it also can feel good when there's so many nerve endings. Do you know what a taint is, Gary?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, yeah. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of
I don't
different
wanna
ways
think
to
about
do it.
Aries
There's a
thing.
lot of different ways to
Sam,
give a
calm down.
blowjob.
Sam,
You can
calm down,
deep throat-
calm down.
I'm calm and passionate.
As long as
You
you're
could
saying
deep
that
throat
you're
a penis.
as
you
long as
could
you're saying that you
just-
touch the hole sometimes, then you're doing it right.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you,
okay,
Gary.
I'm gone. Goodbye.
Sam wants to come in.
TMI.
Yeah, Mr. Teen Anal had to jump
Yeah.
in on that one. Thanks a
No
lot,
kidding.
Gary.
That's one of my favorite Photoshops. Gary on the commuter train with the DVD of Teen Anal slid out of
I
his
love
bag
that.
in the aisle while he's
so
reading like
classic.
unaware. Next one, guys. I'll take Women's Anatomy for $112.
So then every guy I spoke to, they couldn't answer any questions about anatomy, about like basic female anatomy. Like, and for the record, women have 3 holes down there. I know it's confusing. Yeah.
3?
Yes.
What do you
know
mean?
them?
The asshole,
You don't know.
the vagina,
Good job.
and
Howard. One more.
yeah, there you go. Those are
The third is the ureter, if I'm not mistaken.
Urethra, yeah.
Urethra,
Mhm.
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
my 2 holes that I go to. What third hole
There's
are
3.
people
There's
going?
a third one.
Vagina plus.
Oh, the piss hole. Well, I don't know what you call
The
it. Pee hole?
urethra.
Sorry, yeah. The ureter is the male version of that, I suppose. I got that.
Yeah, it'd be the tubing, the plumbing
Yeah,
inside.
exactly. Yeah.
Urethra.
Robin,
What
would
is
you like
that?
to shed a light on this as our nurse?
No, I don't care. What do you mean?
You have to pee through something. It has to come out of
Oh,
somewhere.
You don't
Stop it.
piss out of your vagina.
Oh, who's going to know that?
To be fair, guys don't know how they're.
Howard only knows from pissing in guys' assholes, according to his own typing in Miss America when he was in those gay chat rooms online, AOL or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh.
The next one, celebrating Women's History Month with with Pretty Woman. There we go.
Joan
Okay.
Rivers.
That's right. Great Joan Rivers.
Do you know anybody from history, Howard?
Yeah, Joan Rivers.
Not people you've
Phyllis
known.
Diller. Oh.
Pamela Anderson.
Oh, God, yes.
Mhm.
What about Oprah?
And do you
Did
remember
anyone
that
mention Oprah?
astronaut
No.
woman,
Right.
Sally Jacobson?
Yeah, I filled in her last name, Jacobson.
She said it
And
was
they went,
Sally.
I'll tell you who I remember. I remember Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I was
Yes.
thinking about her this morning. Oy vey.
Oh my God!
There has to be a Pretty Woman. That's going to be the next theme, a Pretty Woman theme, because we haven't had one of those.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you hear Robin going Sally Jacobson? She meant
Yeah.
Sally Ride,
Yeah, yeah.
famous astronaut. Yeah, I just clipped that in there too.
Was that like Catherine Harris recently?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing.
Who passed
You know what I
away
mean.
from SCTV? Yeah, exactly. Next one. Robin's still Robin's still getting Robin's still getting her news from 2017.
If he wants, he can hire a driver, have them sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement or whatever it's called, and then do what it is you're up to.
Whatever
I don't
it's
know
called.
what you're up to.
It's honestly.
An NDA, you forgot? Of course you did.
Yeah.
Big time, you forgot.
Yeah, big time. And by the way, did you even see any of that Tiger Woods footage? It is hysterical because he's doing the same fucking thing, although on a higher scale level than Stuttering John just tried to do in Florida when he got busted by that cop.
Said he was on the phone with the president.
Yeah.
You should see the AI videos people are making of that. They are
Oh.
fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Him
That's what
and-
AI should be for.
And the memes from him in the cop car, with the ET, him with the blanket over his head. They're making ET ones with Elliot riding with him in the basket. Phenomenal stuff. I love the
Perfect.
internet sometimes for that.
Sometimes, yeah.
But he had 5 different drugs in his system.
Did
and
he?
So yes.
Wow.
I don't remember. I didn't read the list of drugs, but they were prescription drugs.
Okay.
And he has problems.
No.
You saying something rational is not going to fix Tiger Woods. With all that money, all that fame, all the beautiful women, all of that stuff, he's still not happy. All the trophies.
The drug stuff was from quite a while back, wasn't it?
That was 2017 when
Yeah.
they found 5 different drugs.
Right.
I thought part of that clip, I thought I clipped it where they told her that was from years ago.
Okay,
But
so
one
they
of the-
corrected
one
her
of
near
those-
the end, most likely, like they usually do.
Most likely. And they do it in the next clip.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why.
here we go. Here's to correcting narcissists. Yeah.
Oh, here's a fact. Tiger had 5 different drugs in his system during his 2017 arrest. There you go. 2017.
I thought that was the latest report.
No, you're.
I didn't think he had an alcohol problem.
No,
All
I
right,
don't
I'll
know.
have to look that up because, again, I can't
Again.
just look at one.
Again.
Yeah. God, she used to say that so much more. She hardly says that anymore, but that's because she's muted so often.
Right. She barely gets to talk. And if she does, it's only during the first hour of the show, pretty much. And the rest of the show, she's just laughing her way through it. One of the drugs Tiger had back then was Dilaudid. Dilaudid is like heroin.
That's synthetic heroin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's medical. It's what they use for medical procedures when you're in so much pain. They have to basically knock you out. It was before fentanyl. So
Yeah.
Dilaudid, I mean, William S. Burroughs wrote extensively about it because he was a junkie. But yeah, I just thought that was a fun fact about Tiger Woods.
Yeah, the first time I heard about it was when I saw Drugstore Cowboy, the film, and they raid
film.
that drugstore and they talk about it, and then I think the Heather Graham character ODs on it. I can't.
Yeah.
I think it's that. I was 14 when I saw it. So next one, Wiggy's first girlfriend used him for sex.
Like when I was 16, I got turned on to Seals and Crofts by. It's really weird. I thought this girl was my girlfriend. She clearly was not. You know, you've met the first girl I had sex with. We've had her on the show.
Yeah.
And I used to refer to her as my girlfriend. She had no idea she was my girlfriend. I really thought she was my girlfriend. Then I found out like she had no desire to be called my girlfriend and didn't think of me as her boyfriend. But I was under a delusion because she had sex with me that maybe she considered me a boyfriend. But, you know, that was my
Did she have to inform you that you were wrong?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Many times. I remember one time
It didn't
I said,
work just once?
well, I remember even saying to her, well, if I'm not your boyfriend, then I guess you won't mind if I have sex with some of your friends. And she said to me, oh, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead.
That's fantastic. I think if he's talking about the one that he had on the show, well, he did have a couple, one of which was on the Fox pilot with her husband, and she was pregnant. But then there was another one, Leslie, that was on. She wore like a black top, and she had almost like Lucy Arnaz hair from the 70s, really slicked back into a bun and stuff. She was in the studio one time, if it's the one I'm thinking of. But either way, he didn't have any game, it seems.
No, she was sleeping around. Like she was one of those girls, like the town pump. So
yeah,
he also mentioned that I think she was his first.
Yeah.
Like he was a virgin up until her, and she didn't want him remembering her in his head for the rest of his life.
Yeah. What a
That's great.
That'll knock your ego
What
into
an
the dust.
Yeah.
The next one, guys, Daniel, as we mentioned, Daniel of Bleeding Deacon's upbeat version of Wiggy's song.
Oh. Daniel made my song a little...
Yeah, this was deleted.
He did a nice job. It's just he made it a little happier than I might have done that. But
I see.
But then again, he was working with my limited thing that I did here on the air.
Right. You weren't there in the room with him.
Yeah, and I could play him the whole song.
Right.
Maybe I'll end up working with you since nobody else seems to be interested in my
Nobody
song.
else called.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe Daniel's the best I can get.
The way to fucking insult the guy on the air who's doing you a solid. I mean, I don't think the Bleeding Deacons are not fucking Coldplay or somebody, or, you know, they're not Rival Sons, but what the fuck, you know, this is what you can get. And I'm actually amazed that the Bleeding Deacons still exist in some fashion and still have any kind of connection to the show. Because I would have thought they'd be, look, the show sucks now at this point. But if they're desperate enough and they're still together, yeah, they'll do what they want, whatever he wants.
I guess they play some cover songs. Daniel said if they're if they have a Howard Stern audience, they will play Howard Stern parody songs.
Mm-hmm.
But most of his money is made through producing for TV, movies, independent artists.
Okay.
And that there's more money in production than there is in performing, which makes sense.
That makes perfect sense, actually.
Listen, I'm going to be the best. I care about it. I thought it was a beautiful song. Beautiful sentiment.
This is definitely like in Pablo Cruz territory.
God. It's torturous.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame assholes, this is the kind of shit that he played on regular radio when Meg Griffin was playing the Flying Burrito Brothers or Country Joe and the Fish or fucking, whoever it was, any, or Jefferson Airplane or any quote countercultural group at the time.
Yeah, he has such horrible taste in music, but these are his original lyrics. It's just Daniel took what you're going to hear him play next after this clip. You don't have to torture us with the whole thing. You get the idea, but because we're going to have to listen to him play it live from this day.
Oh, brutal.
I know.
Fuck. Where's Neil Sedaka when you need weapons, Greg? Faggotry.
Pablo Cruz.
Yeah.
Anyone?
He's out of tune even in the final recording. Did he? But there's got to be no way that Daniel didn't try to auto tune something because Howard has shitty. He has no vocal range. He has no strength in his voice, and especially now at this late stage in his life. He's also pushing a lot of stuff into the audio so that you don't hear his voice as much, like the horns and stuff. They're meant to cover up the bum notes.
Right. I'm sure he polished up his voice and, smoothed out. Yeah. Polished the turd.
Yeah.
Now, in the next clip,
yeah,
the singing doesn't start until 1:40 in.
Should I go straight to it or do you want to?
Yeah. We got enough of that one, of that version.
Okay.
Now, here, the Wiggy's version.
Okay. 1:40-ish. So I'll start at 1:12 or so. Here we go. Perfect. 1:12.
See where I'm going with this?
I'm hearing it now.
Those gangly fingers.
Lunker.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want a rainbow bridge, a fairy tale won't do. With everything I feel for you, how can I say goodbye? I can't say goodbye.
He's Van Borison. Jesus, this is so shit. Fuck. Oh, God.
Painful.
One more day with you. One more day, I pray.
I love the bum notes. That's perfect. That's the chef's kiss. The next one, more singing and shitty guitar. It's a 2-minute clip. Do we play that one a little at least?
Yeah, please do.
All right.
You could give him a whole idea. Of what you.
I mean, it's cool that you did that, Daniel. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can change the tone. We can change the tone and get it where you want it.
You need to change the person behind the tone and the guitar. You need to change everything about it, dude. There's no fixing him.
No, that's why Charlie Puth, Benny Blanco, Mark Ronson, nobody's contacted him. He has mentioned all of their names and others.
Yep.
as musical producers that should be chomping at the bit to work with him. And
Mhm.
he wrote a protest song,
Right.
some freedom song about it's political or whatever.
Fuck.
But somebody on Reddit had a great comment. Did he write that song about Leslie after the knowing, the lawsuit and her not signing the NDA?
Yeah.
God. Tone deaf.
I just have this image of, let's say this is 11-year-old Svi in his bedroom and in Roosevelt, and Ray is giving this death stare at Ben, and he's saying, "Look, it was either this or the drums." Christ.
See, man, it's that vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, fuck him. Jesus, if we play anymore, I'm going to shoot myself.
Okay.
In a future show, when I'm with Len or somebody, we're doing a guitar-based episode, we'll put it all together, and I'll play that one in its entirety. The next one is Steve Nowicki tries to add his song to his song.
You got something in mind?
I was just doing some light solo stuff over it. I thought it sounded kind of
right.
cool.
Over.
Where are you? I don't hear you.
He's plugging in.
Trying to hide the clunkers.
Yeah, it's a valiant effort, Steve. And I have to tell you something. I don't hate Nowicki. I know a lot of people do. He hasn't earned my hate the way like Wilding has by any means. And in the 30th, the clips on the 30th, I believe, is where Howard's shitting on Nowicki for playing with Sammy Hagar, and Sammy Hagar reaching out to Howard again. This is the second time that I can recall where Howard's mentioned, "Oh, Sammy talked about, I got your boy and he's playing and you should be proud of him," and stuff like that. And Howard's having to shit on it. Sammy Hagar's in his 70s now. He's got to be like early 70s or mid 70s. And he's still enjoying playing, and he's making his money off of his booze. And looks like, if his booze took human form, it might look like Sammy. But good for Nowicki. Like why do you have to shit on that? I mean, no, Howard has to shit on everything, but for Christ's sake, there's so many other things he could shit on.
Well, Sammy's 78 and he's living his best life. He's playing in Cabo, he's playing in Vegas for like 6 shows, and then he's out. Whatever. Now, my problem with Nowicki is, yes, he's a talented guitar player, but only when it comes to Van Halen-esque music, like the Eddie Van Halen stuff,
shredding stuff.
Then you look at his Instagram, and he's got, I don't know, 50 guitars. The guy's manic. He's duplicated the same Eddie Van Halen guitar like 50 times.
Okay, that's a little
He shows
nuts.
his whole collection. I subscribe to his Instagram, so I look at it and I'm just like, God, all his posts are basically that. If it's not him out with Sammy, remember he was married. It didn't last but like 6 months.
You're right.
He had a food truck as the sole food source at his wedding.
Okay.
It was like a burger truck outside or a taco
Lovely.
truck. I don't know. But that girl got out of there so fast. The guy, he's like if you give a kid too much money.
Yeah.
And they just go buy the same Pokemon toys or the same, I don't know, Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons. He's like so dorky into this music.
He's stuck in his teens, basically. He's like 16 forever.
He's definitely developmentally challenged.
Yeah.
And he's got some sort of issue, but the kid can play. He knows his stuff. I'm not going to take that away from him. I mean, look at Howard. Howard has got no talent. This kid has talent. It's just I question his personal life because he can't keep his wife.
His personal life is 79.
He spends all his
Yeah.
He spends his time making puppets and dioramas and Eddie Van Halen guitars. So something ADHD or autism maybe could be lurking in that brain of his. But he's perfect for the show because he gets it. He works hard. He takes the shit as good as Richard Christie does and just laughing it off because he knows that he's making inroads with Sammy and Sammy likes him. And Howard doesn't have that. Howard just has like being texted as like King Mayor McFucking Cheese or something, asking permission to use one of his employees.
Right.
But he's going to send him videos and stuff. And I'm sure Howard's like, fuck, I don't want to see these videos. But he has to do it because it's like proof of what went down.
He's a jealous fuck. I mean, Sammy Hagar, look, to me, there was only ever David Lee Roth, Van Halen, and then there's all the shit that came out afterwards. Even though there's some Van Hagar songs I don't mind. But, David Lee Roth said it best, ain't talking about love, all the stuff like, and then you got, when it's love, like all of a sudden the soccer moms start listening to Van Halen, and when Hagar joins the band, and it was like rock and roll beforehand, and there's a lot of truth to that. They became a safer kind of more predictable band after Sammy joined. And again, it's not to shit on Sammy. I think he's a fine vocalist, but David Lee Roth being a shit vocalist suited the band way better.
Well, he had the frontman skills.
Oh yeah, big time.
They're two totally different bands. You can't compare the two. You just can't.
No, you can't. Next one, guys. We'll play the next clip. Don't hold your breath waiting for Sabrina, Olivia, Gracie, or Michael. I got that right.
Miley.
Miley. I don't know what I said there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm Howard Stern. I shouldn't have to shop this around. Like Olivia Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter should be calling me, or Lady Gaga, who I know.
Fuck
Duo what is her name? Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa should be calling me. You know what I mean?
Dua
Or
Lipa.
Taylor Swift or Olivia, whatever. One of those
I promise
Olivias.
you, I can sing on that level, and it would sound amazing.
All right, cool. All right, hey, hook up
Well, I
Angela
don't
with
know.
the
She's
bleeding.
saying it sounds like something from Greatest Showman. I don't know if she's on your same.
Yeah,
Wait,
Angela.
Do you know that song? Do you know that song, Never Enough?
No, I don't.
That Kelly
I don't like.
Clarkson did?
I don't like show songs.
No, it's not a
Liar.
show song. It's a beautiful song, and I think yours is that genre. It's gorgeous. The melody is beautiful. The lyrics, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Like where's JJ's daughter, Gracie Abrams? You'd think JJ would get on that.
Why?
Oh, you're killing me, Howard. This is like a complete buzzkill.
And where's
crushing
Miley
my
Cyrus?
heart.
I've had her on the show 100 fucking times. When she step
Molly's
up?
busy with her.
Get the hint, asshole.
Yeah. If you're not in the star fucking circle, then fuck off.
Yeah.
Same thing with Daniel from the Bleeding Deacons. He's not big enough for him.
No.
He wants big names. He's not getting them.
And if I were Daniel and I heard that, and he was clearly on the phone for that whole exchange, I'd never call back. I'd say, fuck it. Now, if you don't have me, then what do you have, dickhead?
Well,
why don't you get Leslie, sign her back on and see if she plays guitar? The next one, disabled vet. The last one, forks out shit. Thanks, Ronnie. We appreciate this one.
And this is kind of cool. And this is a shout out to Ronnie, the limo driver. I love this email that somebody sent in. This guy was a combat veteran. And Howard, listen to this. I'm a retired disabled combat veteran. Long story short, I was constipated first time in my life at 45 years old.
Wow.
Yesterday I had to go and it was like a brick. I started sweating profusely. Heart started racing. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And for whatever reason, the Ronnie story, when he used his hand like a claw, came into my mind. I first tried poking around with my index finger.
This is like scat porn, like 101 for Howard. This is straight out of his playbook. This is a fan fiction back office staff story directly from whatever the Lotus Notes, Muldred, whatever the fuck, straight to him.
By making the guy like a army vet or a military vet, it plays into Howard's hand, and it's supposed to give us sympathy for an ex-vet or a vet that, you know, is pulling plums out of his ass now. Great. It's so cringe.
Yeah.
And sad.
Nothing has ever been up my buttocks before. Ever. Wouldn't work. I ran and I got a plastic fork handle, used the end, and finally got it out. It was enormous. It was enormous. At the end of the day, that Ronnie story really saved my ass. Laugh out loud. So, yeah, Ronnie...
Okay, wonderful.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, you have a specific dedication. That was Warren Zevon, Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Of course, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go even older school. Or actually, when was that song? Was it
1978?
Okay, I'm gonna not older. The following year, I'm gonna go with, based on that last clip, we'll go with the Buzzcocks. Oh shit.
From 79?
Yes, I'm going to give a shout out to
79.
Kayla. Hope she's having a wonderful time. She knows where she is, and I'm really happy for her. Not envious, not jealous, because I've been there, but I'd love to go back with the camera gear that I have now, as opposed to the bullshit that I had when I went there in the old APS days with the little Canon Elf Jr., which I'm happy I had those pictures, but I'd love to put another dedication out for her. But what about yourself, my dear? Any shout outs?
Well, Kayla, love the pictures. Keep them coming. And yeah, that's on my bucket list too, where she's at, to hit that up once I retire someday. But it looks beautiful and magical. So I wish I could be there and experience it like she is. She's doing it right. Cemeteries, castles, you name it. Animals.
Phenomenal.
I love it all. Love it.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you do enjoy this episode, that if it gets, at least a portion of it will make it to YouTube for certain. The complete episode is on Patreon, of course, and then also eventually on Spotify, Podbean, Pocket Cast, etc. And individual episodes that are behind the paywall can be purchased for $3, or for $5 you can get the entire archive going back all the way to the beginning of Patreon that started quite a few years back, and without many exceptions. So if you enjoy what you hear today, lots more in for you. You're in for a hell of an archive, actually. So take care, guys. Thank you so much, my dear, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Scott Weiland and the Stone Temple Pilots. There's a band that, God, I just could give a rat's ass about.
I mean, what is that? What are you learning from?
Why use it?
This is no wonder people like this special. It's the anti-special. There's nothing special about these guys.
I really, they're one of those bands I never got.